remarkable company, this remarkable vision of a movement we are building that's known as Akrinos. And I've got a question before kind of jumping into it. By the way, look, we start with this. If there's anything you're curious about what we do and how we do it, go to our website, because we're probably not going to really touch on that in the context of this conversation. But I've got a really important question I want to ask everyone, and it's this. What is the future of independent private practice optometry?
Super bright.
What?
Super bright.
Super bright. Why do we say this? Well, for starters, hang on, for starters. My super brights, throw your hands in the air. The future of private practice optometry is super, this is where we put the bleep in, if I were to really roll with it. How many of you think the future of independent private practice optometry is not bright? Any naysayers? Okay, that's okay, that's okay. Okay, so why is it so bright? Tell us. Anybody, come on, let's go. Patients love us. Give me more. Autonomy. No one can see anymore. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. Not that those weren't good answers, because they weren't. Because the fact is this. And I don't know if you all realize this, right? The fact is this. The need for routine vision and medical eye care continues to increase and increase at a radical rate. Environmental factors, longevity, and lifestyle choices are ensuring that the future of eye care and vision care is on a radical upward trajectory. Okay, so where do we come into the fold? How many of you own practices? How many of you are doctors and practices? Awesome. How many of you work with doctors who own practices? Cool, excellent. Every hand in the room probably just went up, okay? So where do we come in? The fact of the matter is this. For many doctors, well, we all know this, not for many, but pretty much for everyone, what's going to happen? Doctors in the room, Monday morning, you're going to get back to your practice. You got all these remarkable ideas from coming to Vision Expo for the week. And what's going to happen on Monday morning? Anyone? Doctor. By the way, I'm asking for a doctor to respond. On Monday morning, what are you walking into? Emergencies. And by the way, those emergencies could be patient related, but oftentimes those emergencies may be more operational, like getting shit done in the practice, right? Okay. By the way, if we were live feeding this, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, I apologize for the little expletive there. I'm half Cajun. I mean, you gotta anyhow. Okay, so pull it all together. We are Akrinos. We specialize in modern cold starts. How many of y'all don't enter practice but want to enter practice? Ooh, yeah. By the way, what if I were to tell you right now, there are literally tens of thousands of doctors across this industry who want to own their future. Would you believe that? Would you believe that? That's what we're all about. We specialize in modern cold starts, modern transitions. What if I were to also tell you that there is an enormous segment of this industry, doctors who have been associates in practice for a number of years, and now's the time for them to step into becoming a partner, right? If it's not you, do you have peers, colleagues that's where they are in their career? Okay? And then third, what about those of you that just own practices and are ready to really take your practice into high gear, that next level, and whatever it may be, right? You know, oftentimes in practice consulting, we talk a lot about the P&L, we talk a lot about the bottom line, and let's face it, everyone here, I think we kind of align on ROI and business fundamentals and stuff, but there's something truly to be said for the, dare I say, the human experience of business and the human experience of achieving goals, the likes of which, sure, P&Ls, how much money you make, yada, that stuff's cool, but there's another level of fulfillment that's out there that we believe, and it's the vision of Akrinos that we believe is to be achieved in the halls of private practice. And I'd like to introduce you all to a very good friend of mine, Dr. Paul Mormon. I've known Dr. Mormon for many years. From my past life in vendor, as a vendor, and Dr. Mormon and I have collaborated on a really remarkable concept. You'll actually find some info in your little swag bag here. But Dr. Mormon,
I want to speak to
what we're doing, man.
Of course. So, like Erich said, of course he's a tough act to follow. I didn't bring a guitar and I'm not just playing. But like Erich said, I've done it for many years, and if you haven't figured it out yet, he brings an incredible amount of passion to everything he does, and that's why I like it from the get-go. Back when we were both doing Alcon, just different
Many moons ago.
consulting and practice.
You only had 2 locations at that time, and now you're pushing 5.
So what Erich is doing is integral to like something that I do, which I'm all about bringing in new practitioners into my practice as associates, developing them into partners, opening new practices in areas where there's a need or there's a private equity sold practice, because I think that's a hot just market is in this area where a practice is turned over and now they're getting just poor care, and that's just my philosophy on it. But
And out of that, what spawned out of this philosophy in our meeting about this time last year?
So we met up here last year, we just started in Akrinos, and I had an idea about something called the GRT Summit, which you said you'll learn about or see in your swag bag. It's all about growing, retaining, and transitioning. So growing your practice, retaining your key staff members, your key employees, your key patients, and then transitioning to the next generation so we can keep optometry great. And I'm so thankful not only to know Erich as a colleague, but also as a friend, because he introduced me to this group. So I've now learned and met the TechifEYE folks there, which we have in our office. I got to talk to them last weekend and bringing that into our office. So what a great group to be a part of, and I'm just so glad to be here and so glad to know you guys.
Yeah. So now we have